I told you that 15 major car brands are secretly preparing for bankruptcy right now? While you're watching this video, dealerships are quietly clearing inventory, resale values are crashing, and millions of car owners have no idea they're about to be left with worthless metal in their driveways. Some of these brands will shock you, and one of them just stopped production entirely. Stay tuned because this could save you from the biggest financial mistake of your life. Number 15. Fiat. Starting our countdown at number 15 is Fiat, and calling it a serious car brand feels like a stretch. Fiat has become the automotive equivalent of a running joke, selling quirky city cars that Americans simply don't want or need. Their entire U.S. lineup consists of niche products that appeal to maybe 12 people nationwide. The 500X tries desperately to be cute and competitive, but fails spectacularly at both. It's underpowered, overpriced, and feels cheap inside and out. The 124 Spider? It's literally a Mazda Miata with Italian reliability problems grafted on top. All the charm of a Miata with twice the headaches. Sales numbers reveal the brutal reality. Fiat moved fewer cars in 2024 than some individual Toyota dealerships sell in a single month. We're talking about a brand that's practically invisible in the marketplace. Reliability ratings are consistently abysmal. Resale values are non-existent, and finding parts when something breaks feels like an archaeological expedition. When your brand's biggest achievement is making people chuckle at auto shows, you know extinction is imminent. Number 14. Dodge. This one genuinely hurts to discuss. Dodge built its entire reputation on raw American muscle power. The Charger and Challenger were modern legends that made hearts race and tires smoke. These weren't just cars. They were cultural icons that represented everything great about American automotive engineering. But here's the devastating news. They're completely gone, discontinued forever. What did Dodge replace these legends with? An electric Charger that buyers are avoiding like a plague-infected zombie. The performance doesn't match the promises. The artificial engine sound feels insulting, and muscle car enthusiasts feel utterly betrayed by this corporate decision. The new electric Charger lacks the soul, the sound, and the visceral experience that made Dodge special. And then there's the Hornet, an Italian-made disaster that's overpriced, unreliable, and about as appealing as a root canal procedure. It's essentially a rebadged Alfa Romeo that nobody wanted in the first place. Dodge went from building dream cars that dominated drag strips to building nightmares that sit unsold on dealer lots. Without the Hellcat's supercharged roar, what's left is a brand identity crisis, driving loyal customers straight to Ford Mustangs and Chevrolet Camaros. Number 13. Genesis. Genesis stormed into the American market with bold promises of BMW luxury at Hyundai prices. On paper, this sounds like a winning formula: premium features, advanced technology, and competitive pricing. But here's what Genesis executives didn't understand. Luxury buyers don't shop for bargains. They shop for status, prestige, and exclusivity. Genesis still feels like Hyundai wearing an expensive tuxedo. The sales numbers tell a devastating story. While BMW sold 362,000 vehicles and Mercedes moved 282,000 units, Genesis barely managed 75,000 sales. That's not market competition. That's a statistical rounding error. The brand is fighting for recognition, not dominance, and losing badly. Major safety recalls have destroyed whatever credibility Genesis built. The G80, GV60, and GV70 were recalled for fuel pump failures causing dangerous highway stalling. In the luxury market, even one significant recall can obliterate decades of trust-building efforts. Add Korean import tariffs increasing prices, limited dealer networks, and the embarrassing fact that most Genesis showrooms are just corners of regular Hyundai dealerships, and you've got a recipe for complete disaster. Luxury customers expect red carpet treatment, not free coffee next to economy Elantras. Number 12. Buick. Buick is the automotive equivalent of a zombie. Technically alive but showing little real life. For decades, it's carried the crushing old folks car reputation, and GM's mostly marketing campaigns haven't changed that. Younger buyers still see Buick as their grandfather's last ride, not their own future car. Today's lineup is painfully weak. 3 SUVs, the Encore GX, Envision, and Invista, dismissed by critics as nothing more than rebadged Chevrolets with slightly fancier trim. Consumers aren't fooled. When a supposed luxury brand feels like a parts bin special, credibility dies fast. Mechanical nightmares make things worse. Encore models suffer catastrophic engine failures, persistent oil leaks, and turbocharger disasters that leave owners stranded. Even the high-profile Tiger Woods sponsorship intended to add cool factor, drained millions and ended in embarrassment. Buick isn't upscale enough to lure status-driven buyers, yet it's priced too high for budget shoppers. Stuck in automotive purgatory, GM keeps it on costly life support. But the plug could be pulled the moment executives decide to stop throwing good money after bad. Number 11. Lincoln. Lincoln once defined American luxury and even chauffeured presidents, but today it's a faded echo of its former prestige, plagued by reliability issues that could make any mechanic rich. Once a symbol of excellence, the brand's decline is among the industry's most tragic. Air suspension systems frequently leak, turning what should be smooth rides into embarrassing, sagging disasters. Engines suffer coolant leaks, dangerous overheating, and sudden power loss that can leave drivers stranded. Transmissions only deepen the pain. The MKZ is infamous for harsh, jerky shifts, while Navigator models experience unexpected gear slipping that threaten safety. Problems extend across the lineup. The MKX faces chronic transfer case failures. The town car battles spark plug and suspension faults, and electrical gremlins haunt nearly every model. Even air conditioning failures betray the luxury promise. Consumer Reports ranks Lincoln 24th overall and just 12th among luxury brands, mediocre for a name once rivaling Cadillac and Mercedes. With shrinking dealerships and no appeal to younger buyers, Lincoln risks becoming an expensive museum piece unless it fixes both its image and its cars. Number 10. Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo builds some of the most beautiful cars on the road, machines that turn heads and, far too often, break hearts when they break down. Beneath the seductive Italian styling lurk reliability nightmares that drain wallets and shatter owner confidence. In 2025, Consumer Reports ranked Alfa Romeo a dismal 27th overall, near the bottom and consistently so. The Giulia and Stevio suffer chronic electrical glitches that light dashboards like Christmas trees. Transmissions shift harshly, oil leaks are almost inevitable, and suspension components wear out faster than bargain sneakers. Inside, the disappointment continues. Despite premium prices, owners find cheap plastics, flimsy control knobs, and uneven panel gaps. Luxury in name only, these interiors show wear long before their German or Japanese rivals. Scandals worsen the damage. Parent company FCA paid billions in Dieselgate-related fines, eroding what trust remained. Even branding is a fiasco. The planned Milano name was legally blocked, forcing a rushed, embarrassing rebrand to Junior. Sales depend on heavy discounts, and dealer service falls far short of luxury expectations, leaving Alfa owners anxious about long-term care and support. Number 9. Maserati. Maserati's downfall is heartbreaking for car enthusiasts. Once the ultimate expression of Italian passion and racing heritage wrapped in luxury, the brand is now in full-scale freefall. Global sales collapsed an astonishing 57% in 2024, from 26,600 cars to just 11,300. That isn't a slump, it's a death spiral. Showrooms are filled with unsold Levante SUVs, Ghibli sedans, and Quattro Porte flagships, while buyers flock to Porsche, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz instead. Things are so dire that parent company Stellantis brought in outside consultants to decide whether Maserati should be sold, merged, or shut down entirely. Corporate code for "we may pull the plug." A brutal 25% U.S. import tariff makes these already pricey cars even harder to justify against better-equipped German rivals. Meanwhile, Maserati's much-hyped EV rollout has been delayed again and again. Consumer demand remains anemic, and several planned models have been canceled outright. If Stellantis abandons the brand, owners will be left with orphan luxury cars, parts scarce, service vanishing, and resale values in freefall. Maserati's once glorious name could disappear almost overnight. If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Number 8. Jaguar. Jaguar's collapse is a heartbreaking blow to car enthusiasts. Once a symbol of British elegance, performance, and engineering brilliance, the E-Type, the stately XJ sedans, and the thrilling F-Type sports cars, Jaguar once embodied automotive poetry. Today, that legacy is in ruins. For 2025, only the F-Pace SUV remains, and even that's just leftover stock dealers are scrambling to clear. The XE sedan, XF executive car, F-Type sports car, I-Pace electric SUV, and E-Pace compact SUV have all been discontinued with no replacements on the horizon. The company staked everything on an electric relaunch, yet no new products will arrive until late 2025 at best, leaving a gaping product vacuum. Showrooms sit nearly empty with nothing for customers to buy. A disastrous rebrand deep in the crisis. The iconic Leaping Cat logo was replaced by a bland J in a circle, and the slogan "Live Vivid" debuted alongside confusing fashion-style ads. European sales plunged 97.5%, while global volumes fell from 180,833 in 2018 to just 26,862 in 2024. Unless the upcoming EVs deliver flawlessly, Jaguar risks vanishing from roads worldwide. Number 7. Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi once built legends that thrilled enthusiasts and dominated rally stages. The Lancer Evolution was a street-legal race car. The Eclipse brought affordable sports excitement, and the Montero conquered rugged off-road trails. Today, that proud legacy is barely recognizable as the brand fights for survival with a lineup few shoppers even remember. U.S. sales plunged to just 19,843 vehicles in 2024, and new import tariffs have frozen deliveries entirely. Cars now sit stranded at ports with no resolution in sight. The budget-friendly Mirage has been discontinued, leaving only the Outlander, Outlander Sport, and Eclipse Cross, models that can't match modern rivals from Toyota, Honda, or Hyundai. Mitsubishi's reputation was already shattered by scandal. In 2016, the company admitted falsifying fuel economy data for over 600,000 vehicles, prompting government raids, executive resignations, and billions in lost value. A prior recall cover-up forced Nissan to buy a controlling stake just to prevent bankruptcy. Quality woes persist. Transmission failures, weak air conditioning, electrical faults, and engines that simply refuse to start. Even the vaunted 10-year warranty disappoints with denied claims, limited dealer support, and chronic parts shortages. One economic downturn could erase Mitsubishi from American roads entirely. Number 6. Infiniti. Infiniti was created as Nissan's sophisticated answer to BMW, Lexus, and Mercedes-Benz. And in the 1990s, it worked. The Q45 flagship and G35 sports sedan thrilled enthusiasts and gave the brand true luxury credibility. Today, that success story has unraveled into a slow-motion disaster. For 2026, Infiniti's lineup is down to just 2 models, the XQ60 crossover and the XQ80 full-size SUV. The XQ80 is wildly overpriced for what it delivers, while the XQ60 replaced its once bulletproof V6 with a troublesome 2-liter VC turbo already facing bearing recalls and major reliability concerns. Sales plunged 10% in 2024 to only 58,070 vehicles. Pathetic compared with Lexus's 319,000 units. Standalone Infiniti showrooms are shutting down nationwide, forcing the brand into shared Nissan dealerships where any premium image evaporates. The QX50 and QX55 will end production in 2025, and the Q50 sedan is already gone. What remains is an overpriced, uninspiring lineup. With Nissan itself in shaky financial health, there's little funding for a turnaround, and luxury buyers have already shifted to Genesis, Acura, and the established German names. Number 5. Chrysler. Chrysler's decline is one of the most dramatic in automotive history. In 2005, the iconic American brand sold over 600,000 vehicles a year and commanded serious respect. By 2024, sales had plunged below 125,000, a staggering 80% collapse. Today, its lineup is a shadow of its former self. The legendary 300 sedan is gone for good. The Voyager minivan survives only as a fleet vehicle. The Pacifica minivan is Chrysler's last consumer model, yet its sales dropped 11% in 2024 as Toyota's Sienna and Kia's Carnival surged ahead. Chrysler's promised Airflow EV was supposed to signal a new electric future, but Stellantis canceled it mid-development as too costly and already outdated. With no new products in the pipeline, the brand is on borrowed time. Even Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares has warned some brands may not survive past 2026, and Chrysler tops that list. Dealer scandals and recalls deepen the crisis. A $4.5 million loan default, diesel emissions fraud, UAW bribery, and chronic mechanical failures have erased buyer confidence. Chrysler now exists as a zombie brand, effectively dead long before the official obituary. Number 4. Nissan. Nissan's collapse is among the most shocking in modern automotive history. Once a global powerhouse that gave the world the GTR supercar, The legendary 240Z and the rock-solid Maxima, Nissan is now battling massive financial losses and an uncertain future. The numbers are brutal. A projected $5.3 billion global loss, including $3.5 billion from U.S. operations alone. Maxima sales have cratered by over 90%, and the Ultima is quickly fading toward irrelevance. A potential 2024 merger with Honda, one that could have created the world's third-largest automaker, collapsed when Honda demanded controlling interest. Nissan has since scrambled to find new partners while cutting 9,000 jobs and shuttering plants. The Carlos Ghosn scandal exposed deep corporate dysfunction. The former CEO's daring escape to Lebanon in a shipping crate revealed hidden compensation, financial mismanagement, and corruption that permanently shattered investor confidence. Emissions cheating revelations in which Nissan admitted falsifying fuel economy tests further eroded trust. Two planned U.S. EVs have been canceled, leaving no competitive electric strategy. Insiders warn Nissan may only have 12 to 14 months to stage a miracle turnaround, or risk disappearing, dragging resale values and long-term support down with it. Number 3. Fisker. Fisker's second attempt was meant to be the ultimate automotive redemption. After the 2013 bankruptcy, founder Henrik Fisker promised the Ocean SUV would prove second chances could succeed, with bold futuristic styling and promises of sustainable luxury. By June 2024, however, Fisker filed for Chapter 11 again, making it one of the few companies to fail twice in the same industry. From the start, the Ocean SUV was plagued by life-threatening defects. Doors would jam shut, trapping occupants. Hoods flew open at highway speeds, and vehicles sometimes lost all power while driving, stranded families with no warning. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration launched multiple investigations into these serious safety issues. Production halted in early 2024 when Fisker ran out of money, leaving $273 million in sales against $1.3 billion in debt. Legal fallout has been severe. Shareholders filed fraud lawsuits, and the SEC issued subpoenas over financial mismanagement. Promised futures like Apple CarPlay never arrived, leaving owners with incomplete cars. Current Ocean owners struggle to get service. Some cannot drive safely, and resale values have collapsed. These vehicles are essentially worthless, proving Fisker's second attempt ended in disaster. Number 2. Lucid Motors, the Tesla killer that killed itself. Lucid Motors was billed as the ultimate Tesla killer, promising to revolutionize luxury EVs with groundbreaking technology and record-breaking performance. The Air sedan offered a claimed 516-mile range, lavish interiors, and advanced tech meant to redefine the market. Instead, Lucid had become a cautionary tale of overpromise and catastrophic underdelivery. The financial fallout is staggering. Lucid lost $2.7 billion in 2024 and over $3.1 billion the year prior, losses that would crush most companies. Stock prices have fallen over 95% from their peak, erasing billions in investor wealth. Production has been chaotic from the start. Cars sat unfinished in factories for months without carpets or window glass. Delivery targets were repeatedly cut, and the highly anticipated Gravity SUV faces serious doubts about ever reaching production. Quality issues plague every Air sedan. The NHTSA confirmed 10 high-voltage failures causing sudden power loss on highways. Owners report buggy software, glitchy driver assistance systems, and infotainment failures that make six-figure vehicles feel incomplete. CEO Peter Rawlinson stepped down in early 2025, leaving interim leadership. Lawsuits allege executives inflated production forecasts, while labor regulators cite illegal firings. Survival now hinges almost entirely on Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, which may not fund losses indefinitely. Number 1. Canoe. Never heard of Canoe? Here's why. This EV startup made the ultimate fall from grace. Once hailed as the next Tesla, Canoe had agreements to supply vehicles for Walmart, the U.S. Postal Service, NASA, and the U.S. Army. A brand new Oklahoma factory promised 1,400 jobs, and investors poured in as headlines praised its futuristic commercial vans with innovative designs, practical cargo space, and electric powertrains. But while the company had these high-profile contracts, it failed to secure sufficient funding to scale production. By January 2025, Canoe filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, complete liquidation with no hope of recovery. Operations stopped immediately, revealing just $50,000 in assets against $160 million in debt. The Oklahoma plant never produced a single vehicle, and workers were sent home overnight without notice or severance. Legal battles erupted quickly. Former employees sued under the WARN Act for illegal layoffs, while rival EV startup Harbinger claimed CEO Tony Aquila improperly acquired assets from another failed automaker. For the few customers who actually received Canoe vehicles, there's nothing left. No warranties, no parts, no service, and zero resale value. Canoe's meteoric rise and catastrophic collapse are a cautionary tale in the EV industry. Failing brands all share the same problems: weak lineups, shaky finances, and lost customer trust. With prices soaring, buyers want peace of mind, not flashy features that break. Once trust is gone, it's almost impossible to regain, and warranties mean nothing if a brand disappears. If you own one of these cars, plan your exit before resale values tank. And if you enjoyed the content, smash that like button and subscribe for more auto content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.